Previously on Camping Continues.
Good evening. We want to take a minute to talk about the precautions taken during the filming of the following show. Cast and crew wore masks at all times except for individual shots. Symptoms were monitored and temperature checks were taken often. Physical social distancing was enforced both on and off screen. A copy of these guidelines can be found on the wipit470.org/COVID.
I'm Charlie Brown, and we're back at our campsite, beautiful campsite 11. Love this one at Snyder. I'm going to ask Ben Goldring to come up here. Ben is our he's our number 2 guy used for this project, doing some great things with our campfire you'll see later tonight. Ben, why don't you give us a tour of our digs?
All right, so this is our beautiful campsite. As you can see right over there, that's our amazing kitchen where things are just going swimmingly. Right, guys?
Right!
Yeah! So we got our little spigot over there, and as you can see all around our camp, we have all these amazing tents. That's Charlie's, what I like to call his house.
It's a nice apartment. You know, it's got some nice cabinets in there. It's got some good storage.
We told him pack small and he didn't listen. And then we just have all of our tents scattered all throughout the site, so we're all camping.
You know, Ben, one of the things I want to say is, if you look actually at camp, some people call us overgrown. I think it's great, honestly. One of the things that's happened since we haven't been camping as much this past year due to some things in 2020 is camp is actually getting a chance to rehabilitate itself. So it's actually looking pretty healthy for the first time in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And this is great. It's a great opportunity for you to come out and see everything that's happening in Camp Snyder. And we really want to go for you to come out here.
Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started on that mile run.
There's something in the air, I sense it, like the wind has changed directions. I can hear the storm, it's rumbling, sounds like a freight train coming.
It's a current, electric, a fire, magnetic, the city streets at night. An eruption, explosion, an earthquake, commotion, a gamma ray burst of light.
I can feel it. Oh, it's like the stars align. I can feel it. Tonight's the night I come alive. I can feel it. It's all coming into my view. My eyes see for miles, I'm on the move. Look now, the water's raging. Feels like the tides are changing.
Oh, it's a current, electric, a fire, magnetic, the city streets at night. An eruption, explosion, an earthquake, commotion, a gamma ray burst of light.
I can feel it. Oh, it's like the stars align. I can feel it. Tonight's the night I come alive. I can feel it.
as you guys know, there's a lovely app called TikTok out there, and we do all these cool dances, makes awesome videos. So I have a few of my best friends here with me, and we're gonna do this dance called the Rockin' Robin dance. We did it a little bit last year, everyone loved it, so I think we should do it. You guys agree?
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, Joe, let's see what you got.
So I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit.
All right, we're gonna use the edge method.
The edge method, of course. Let's see if I remember the dance. Here we go.
Just gotta feel the music. You see, we got some dance moves back here. I really don't remember this at all. I did this, and it was pretty bad. Oh, Ryan's got something going on. Ryan's
The shuffle. So you can feel the music a little
I
bit.
feel the music.
Feeling it.
We see the music in the kitchen too.
Okay, let's see if I remember the dance moves
All right.
correctly.
Wait, is this where you do this?
So for Ernie's, William, do you?
Ooh, we got a flame over there. Look at the flame. Watch out, kids.
Stephen, you're burning it again.
All right, let's go back, Joe. Let's knock it off from the beginning. Let's see how we can do. We're getting loosened up. This is a little bit of hype for the
This is
morning.
the warm-up.
Okay, guys, don't forget when you hear the birdie's gonna do the little birdie sign. Walking down the street, you're just gonna do a little bit of walking moves. You hear the drums, try to hit on beat, and then just have some fun with it.
All right, Joe.
Okay.
I think I can try that.
Let's see if we can do
ready.
basics. So you feel the music for a little bit. Don't forget birdies, walking down the road, then you feel the beat. Here we go.
All right, Joe. That's interesting. I think I failed at that pretty well.
Oh, we all did.
Excellent.
I did my little dice
Well, we've
move,
got more
so-
hype coming your way here at Camping Continues with Joe Peters.
Guys, this hike's been making me pretty hungry. Have you guys heard about Scout popcorn?
Popcorn? Isn't that what Scouts sell?
They do indeed, and at no cost to their local unit. It's supported by the local community.
It helps develop a Scout's leadership and character skills.
And if Scouts sell enough popcorn, they can go to a council camp for free. If this sounds interesting to you, talk to your local district executive for more information on popcorn.
Hi, I'm Charlie again. You know, we've talked a lot about the great opportunities available for you at Camp William B. Snyder. We don't want to miss out on the other camping opportunities we have in NCAC. We still want to give a great shout out to Goshen Scout Reservation, which has fantastic and phenomenal summer programs that are looking forward for you to sign up for the 2021 season. Now remember, go to goshen.org to find out more.
Hi, my name's Matthew, and you're watching Camping Continues.
Right here I have my little 6-string, and I'm going to explain two little concepts to you, which are harmonics and octaves. And so to give you a brief idea, our harmonic, especially on a guitar, is where you have a certain frequency ring out when you pluck a string, when your finger or your fingers in some cases are holding down certain places on the string that bounces between the bridge and the neck of the instrument. So like, let's say I was going to play something like this. That is a harmonic, and what a harmonic does is it has a little slight ring to it, because unlike a normal plucked note, which sounds like this, which has a lot more attack, this is a lot more peaceful. It's very, very mellow. And then harmonics can be played all over the place on guitars, but I'll just play through some right now. And some of them sound more pleasant than others, but the idea of a harmonic is just where a certain frequency will resonate when the bridge and the neck have a little force applied to them. Now an octave. An octave is when you take 12 half steps from a note to the next version of that note. And what I mean by next version is it just means it's that same note but at a higher frequency. And an example of this is that little harmonic I played. That's an E. That's at the 12th fret of the E string. Versus, if you can hear that difference, I'll play through it and show you what I mean by half steps. So half steps are when you take little small steps up the musical ladder. And so what it sounds like is a little something like this. I just took 12 little half steps to get up to the 12th fret on the E. And now what I can do with octaves is I have 24 frets. Well, if I'm right here at the 12, that means this right here transcribes perfectly to this part of the guitar. And I'm going to give you a little musical demonstration real quick of how it can sound when you play with octaves. For your little octave practice, what I'm going to show you is what it sounds like when I'm at the 5th fret versus when I'm at the 17th fret playing the same little jingle. So it sounds like this. Well, let's hear it out here. Sounds exactly the same, except at a higher frequency, and that is exactly what octaves are. If you're following along at home, this next section will be at the complete discretion of your music merit badge counselor, whatever he or she decides is fit for you. And what I mean by that is one of the requirements that I'm going to be focusing on right now is for you to play a song for your music merit badge counselor that demonstrates good technique and a good skill level to how new you are to the instrument. So I've been playing guitar for about 4 years, and I can play quite a bit of challenging music pieces, and it would not be fair to me to start playing, let's say, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star if I've been playing for 4 years. That should have been done in year 1. And if you're, like, let's say you're a violinist at home, it's the same thing if there was a year 1 violinist, he's just starting, he barely has his fretting hand down, he can barely push down the string without it ringing out. Well, the music merit badge counselor may choose something different for him. So if you're going to play a song and you're going to prepare it for your music merit badge counselor, go ahead and ask, hey, what should I play? What is something that is completely fair to me, to the rest of the other participants? So for my portion I'm going to play for you all, it's a song that's very near and dear to my heart, and it kind of inspired me to pick up guitar. And for all you metalheads and Metallica fans, you guys are going to love this one because you'll recognize it almost instantly. Please excuse me while I make my faces while I'm playing. Every time I play guitar, and I'm sure for everybody else who plays an instrument, they'll understand and reciprocate this feeling that some emotion almost overtakes them. So if you see me scrunching my face, closing my eyes, kind of contorting my body in a weird way, that's just me getting really into my instrument, which I hope all of you really do. It's a good sign that when you're playing guitar and you bend a note, or you're playing a violin and you hit a really nice vibrato, that you just start to feel it in your soul. But getting to the point, here's the song. Now for this song, like I said, it means a lot to me, and I hope the song that you guys play for your counselor, it means a lot to you. It doesn't have to, and you don't have to have that much feel into it, but I really think it helps for you when you're playing, or you're enjoying the musical process. When you enjoy that musical piece and when you perform it, it'll come out from your body and from your soul. And I think for your counselor, if they ask you, hey, play something you like, choose something that means a lot to you. That'll help you perform a little better. Before we end today's segment, I just wanted to say a few things, and I'll give a little piece of advice right off the bat. So to all you current and to all you future musicians, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you as a musician, when I go into the studio, or even before I go into the studio, I'm just writing music, the best advice I can ever give to any musician is to write your ideas down, almost like you're taking notes for class. Make sure when you write them down, they'll be somewhere where you'll be able to pick them back up, and just make sure you can understand them. So when you get back to playing, let's say I write a little jingle right here, it's like, I write that little jingle, and I'm like, wow, I like that. Let me write it down real quick. Versus me coming back maybe a day or two later, and I'm just like, I remember where it was at, but I can't remember what I did. That doesn't sound right. What's going on? Your faded ink on a piece of paper, or even if you type it up, that document will always serve you better than your memory. And I just wanted to thank you all for following along today. I've had a bunch of fun. My name is Gabriel Cooper, and thank you guys for tuning in to the Music Merit Badge.
Hello and welcome back for another exciting edition of Camping Around the Council. On today's segment, we will continue to explore the beautiful and intrinsic world of Camp Roosevelt along the picturesque Chesapeake Bay, which is a true national treasure. Last episode, we talked about the early history of Camp Roosevelt, the award point system, and the camp's honor society, the Clan of the Mystic Oak. Today, let's start by taking a look at the camp map during the 50s and 60s. Large circles denote campsites, of which there were 19. By this time, there were many camp buildings, such as a trading post, health lodge, handicraft lodge, nature lodge, and so many others. The camp even had a swimming pool. You might wonder why the camp had a pool, given it was right next to the Chesapeake Bay. They added a pool because the bay started to have a sea nettle problem. Netty, as they were called, are jellyfish, and are shown on this plaque that was used to hang in the Camp Roosevelt dining hall. By the 1930s, and the possibility into the 1940s, the camp issued yellow felt stripes to represent which campsite you stayed at. On the left is a sash that belonged to a scout who camped at Camp Theodore Roosevelt all summer long. As you can see the example of these yellow felt strips, such as San Juan Hill, Chestnut Ridge, and Santiago, you might have gathered that the campsites were named after things and places in President Theodore Roosevelt's life. The sash on the right is shown a buckskin and an elkhorn felt strip. The camp also had a clean camper program, which revolved around campsite inspections. Those, as we learned about in the past, they were important. Those who were past requirements would receive a clean camper banner for their unit. They were used all the way through the last season in 1966. Another interesting tidbit is that the staff could be identified because they wore a staff neckerchief. Many were issued over the years. Here are some examples ranging from 1942 to 1966. The first staff neckerchief was issued in 1936. While there is still so much more to learn about Camp Roosevelt, join us on our next segment as we explore another council camp named after another United States president.
Congratulations! We have a double feature of our exciting and engaging Camping Around the Council. Enjoy.
Hello, and welcome back to Camping Around the Council. As we hinted at the end of last episode, we are talking about our next camp, which is named after a President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson. The camp was similar to Camp William D. Snyder, in that it was more of a year-round camp than a summer camp. Located near Silver Spring, it was a very convenient location for scouts around the Washington, D.C. area. Woodrow Wilson Scout Reservation was gifted to our Scout Council by Robert Brookings in 1920. At 40 acres, there was plenty of space to allow for the scouting program. On the right, we see Mr. Brookings handing over the deed to the property to the council president, Huston Thompson. Scouting was a lot smaller in those days, with only 110 troops serving around 2,500 scouts. The organization was still fledgling. However, the appeal of camping was strong even then. The council scout executives shared that the generous donations of Mr. Brookings would allow Scouts to develop resourcefulness, self-reliance, and thoughtfulness. The Scouts would learn camping, cooking, and about nature around them. Woodrow Wilson's Scout Reservation issued camp letters like Camp Roosevelt did. It is believed that the patch shown on the right is an example of the camp letters, though it is not known for sure. Let us turn our focus next episode to a place familiar to us all, the beloved Goshen Scout Reservation.
Camping continues. You've heard us talk about it all season long. Camping Continues also has what we're calling the Memory Project. It's where you get to be a part of the journey. Right here, this amphitheater that was put together by Scouts and Scouters, that could be a lot of memories right there, bringing camping to life. We want you to share any of the memories you have with maybe this project or another great service project or your Eagle project at Camping Continues at whippet470.org today. Thanks for the help.
Hi everyone, I'm Stefan, and you're watching Camping Continues.
I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of fun on this hike.
Yeah, sad to think it's almost over, but we still have a lot left.
Yeah, you know, I sure learned a lot on this hike.
Really? What'd you learn?
Well, first of all, I learned that I'm not dressed correctly for an outing.
You could say that again.
I also learned about 6 essentials.
6 essentials? What are they again?
The 6 essentials are the things that you need to bring with you on every single outing. This includes a water bottle, sunscreen, food, a flashlight, a first aid kit, and a whistle.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I learned the STOP acronym, actually.
Oh, what was that again?
That is when you get lost, like you usually do.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah. But when you do get lost, first you should stop, then think, then observe, then plan.
Man, that's sure gonna be handy the next time I get lost.
You're not gonna get lost again, right?
Right, yeah.
Well, one thing I learned from you, especially Ryan, is the importance of the buddy system. Everywhere you go, always have another friend to tag along with you, and let somebody know where you're going at all times.
You're always gonna take a buddy now, Ryan, right?
Absolutely. I would never go anywhere without my 2 buddies here.
Aww.
Thank you, Ryan.
I also like when we observed all those wonderful animals in the environment.
I know, they're so cool seeing out there in their natural habitat. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was the scary one, the fly one, the scary flying one. They're all great.
So much diversity out here. I also really enjoyed playing those fun games.
Those were very exciting.
You won every time. I mean, it's not fair to me, man.
I'm sure you'll win. I'm sure you'll win the next one.
You know, that's why I enjoyed my crafts a little more. Making slime and making catapults with you guys was awesome.
Yeah, I loved all those crafts.
Yeah, they were a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Overall, I think we had a really great experience on this hike.
Yeah, but it's not done yet. We still have to get to that campfire.
You're right. Let's go, guys.
All right.
Let's go.
Ryan!
Where are you going?
Thanks for joining us this evening on Camping Continues. Now, let's take it over to our event advisor, Mr. Charlie Brown, for our Scoutmaster's Minute.
The first thing I ever did when I joined the Order of the Arrow was when I was asked by a Great Scouter if I could lead the youth crew for the upcoming induction weekend. We also call it an ordeal. I was really enjoying staying in my safe world of culinary arts. The next challenge was when I became a youth officer, the chapter vice chief for administration in Aguaya. Organizing unit elections and groups like that didn't come naturally to me. It took time and a steady while also patient advisor. The key is to keep going, to keep growing, and don't be afraid of new and uncomfortable situations. Opportunities can spring up in some quite unlikely places and times. So remember, camping continues, scouting continues, and I'll see you down the trail. Good night.
This has been an Amangamek-Wipit Lodge production, done in partnership with the National Capital Area Council.